So Steve, can you tell us what was decided here today?
Yeah, we had a very good meeting, very informative meeting. We had lots of intelligent questions asked by our members. We tried to address them as much as possible. At the end, there was a recommendation from our President Collie Beaton that we hold a vote, and his recommendation also included that the offer be accepted.
And who's recommending that?
The President of our local, Collie Beaton.
Steve, obviously you postponed this meeting by a day. What transpired that caused you to do that?
There's a number of things transpired since our last meeting on Thursday night. The company, of course, knew the mood of their members after that meeting, and I think they were suspicious that if we did have a vote that it would go down. They made some changes to the document that we presented to our members today. Is it enough to get it to go through? I don't know. Our members will decide that. Our job is to inform the members of what the document is, and now it's in their hands to decide what they want to do with it.
Can you tell us what those changes are?
I don't really want to get into what the changes are. Maybe Archie MacLauchlan really got to talk to about that. He's got the document in his hand, and I don't have it on me right now.
Was there anything on seniority? Did that stay?
There's been some minor moves on seniority, yeah.
So what would you say the mood is?
Apprehensive. We've told our members, or tried to convince our members, that we're at the end of the road as far as this negotiation goes. We don't believe there's another company out there ready to ride in on their white horse and take over negotiations if Stern walks away. We don't believe Stern partners are going to sweeten the deal a lot more than it is now, if at all. And so our members will decide, do we want this mill to run with a reduced workforce and all the concessions that we have given in on wages and pensions and benefits and vacations and seniority and wage cuts and jobs lost and all those types of things? Is it still worth it to have this community live through this this situation we're in? And our members are intelligent enough to answer those questions and satisfy their own minds, and then we'll move forward with whatever that decision is.
When's the vote?
The vote will take place tomorrow and Tuesday.
From when to when?
From 8 in the morning till 8 in the evening at the Union Hall.
Steve, can you comment at all on this point? You had 16 days or so with Stern. Describe the negotiations, so to speak, or was it basically, here's the package, you folks have a look for it? How much back and forth was there during those talks?
We had a lot of dialogue. It was a grueling 2 or 3 weeks. I will say that. When we first saw what the document held and how are we ever going to get this to pass a motion on our floor to even vote on it, and then we hammered away and we tried to convince the people we were negotiating with that you're cutting half of our workforce here. How do you expect that people are going to vote to vote themselves out of a job, basically, along with all the other concessions that are in there? And we hammered away on that point throughout the 3 weeks that we negotiated with them, and they did make some changes throughout that process. Is it a document that we fully endorse and think this is great for Hawkesbury, great for our workforce, and great for the mill? I don't know if I would say go that far, but is it a document that will keep the mill running and keep 229 or so people employed? That's what we're looking at.
I'm wondering what you're hearing from people around town the last couple of days.
Well, everybody's concerned. I mean, the very livelihood of this town is at stake, and I'm not just talking about mill workers. I'm talking about people that own grocery stores and gas stations and restaurants and radio stations and all those types of things that depend on the money generated from the mill for their own survival, their own living. So, I think most people understand the serious situation we're in and the serious amount of soul searching that our members have to do. I don't think anybody's taking it lightly. Certainly not us. And I've heard a lot of positive comments from people within the community that we know what you're up against, and you'll do what you think is best. That's all you can.
So the offer Thursday night to tonight.
One of our big concerns was successor rights, what we call successor rights, and the ability for the company to, at some point down the road, sell or transfer part of his operations, and it's very important, and we were able to hammer that out in the last since our last meeting. So We're still waiting for some final stuff on paper, and until we get it on paper, then we don't have it, but that's where we're at. There's some other changes to vacation pay and how it's taken, and really, you know, not big things, but it's big things to people when they get their vacation pay and that kind of stuff.
But no major changes in like the seniority or the
yes, we didn't. Seniority is a big issue. Seniority is. We were prepared to live and die on seniority. We didn't get everything that we were looking for in seniority. We're very close, and it's going to be, you know, changes. We're all prepared to deal with changes, and we'll go from here. We're having the vote. I think we've explained the offer as best we can in great detail to the members, and as always, the members will make up their minds and will respect their decision.
Archie, do you have any thoughts on this company? And you had obviously the dealings with them over the negotiation period, but as an operator, how does your executive feel they will be as an operator if this goes through?
This is a whole different operation than their normal operations. They've got a mill in the States in Oregon, and they have a mill in Alberta. The mill in Alberta is very similar to what we called our PM1 machine, our newsprint machine. This is a whole different machine that he's very interested in running. And we have all the confidence in the world. We've got an excellent workforce that we've always maintained, and it'll be it was a very efficient machine in the past. Unfortunately, the parent company got into very serious financial troubles, and no need of going into that now. That's all water under the bridge, and we'll be able to move on from here, hopefully. Depends on the vote.
Do you agree with his stance that this mill can be profitable?
Oh, very much so. Yes, we've got an excellent world-class paper machine here.
What's going to happen to PM1?
Well, that would, you know, if it all goes through, that his intentions at the table have been, it's a very good operation, but at this time, due to the newsprint market and the prices, that he's not prepared to start it up right away.
So would they just leave it there in a
That's what we were given to understand. Yes.
Yeah.
We've always, no matter who we deal with, if somebody we believe what they say. Mr. Stern has imposed a deadline of the 19th of April. So,
what was the overall feeling? Was it a feeling of do or die, for lack of a better word?
The membership has realized for a while there's been a gun to our head. Right, this is not a pretty situation. They're very wise membership, I think, and we hope we've educated them. They've asked some very, very good questions tonight, and hopefully we've been able to answer them.